Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This year should be a special schus for Rivka Bas Leah, Noam Ben Leah, Noam Simcha Ben David Zev, and they should all have bracha b'atzlacha b'chol ma'aseh yedehem. We're going to be learning b'siyata d'shmaya with the mitzvah of Ahavas Hashem. We are commanded in the parasha of Kriya Shema v'yavta es Hashem Elokecha v'chol levavcha v'chol nafshcha v'chol meodecha. Love Hashem with all your heart, all your soul, and everything you own. The Mishnah Darshans b'chol levavcha b'shnei yitzarecha. The two yitzarim, yitzer tov and yitzer hara. V'chol nafshcha means afilu notel es nafshecha, even if he takes your soul. V'chol meodecha v'chol memoncha, with all your money. Everything happens to you, everything with which God measures you, so to speak, you should thank Him very much. Pashtus Hadvarim. The Mishnah is telling us what the shear of Ahava is. Ahava has to be on the level of B'chol Nafshecha. Even if he takes your soul, one Chas v'Shalom shouldn't be resentful. And the love shouldn't stop. So to b'chol memoncha, even if he takes one's money, chas v'shalom, you should still love Hashem. And also b'chol midu midah v'mod lav mod mod, everything that happens, every measure that He measures out to you, you should thank Him very much. So even though there's problems in the world, there are problems, there are tsaros, you have to continue loving Hashem. And according to this line of thought, b'chol levavcha is like we see in the Rishonim, Perish Mishnayos to the Rambam, that we should leave aside all the taivas and yetzaharas of this world, merov ava. So if so, the geder of the mitzvah of ahavta, of loving Hashem, is ava b'leiv. And there's no necessity for a practical expression of this ahava. So the pasuk is saying you should love Hashem. What's the shear? Even if X, Y, and Z happen to you. In the Tshuvas Harashba, Chelekei Siman Nun Hey, he explains the parashas Kriya Shema, and he defines what's b'chol levavcha. V'his yiranu lios cheshek avodas v'avos yizbarach mevaze kol hachashokim komro yitein ish es kol hoim beiso v'yahava v'hu midato shel Avram Avinu ol v'shalom. Shenitin lo ben basic nuso, acharayoso chasuch banim, v'shenis'ava kol yomav. We were warned that our cheshek avoda and ava of Hashem should disgrace, everything else should stand in the shadow of that. All the cheshek that we have should pale in comparison to the love we have of Hashem. If a person would give all of his, quotes the pasuk, Shir Shirim, if a person gives all of his fortune with the love that he loves for Hashem, Bozi Avuzulo, money is worth nothing in comparison to Hashem. And that's the meed of Avram Avinu. That a son was given to him in his old age, after he didn't have children. And then he forgot, he left, he abandoned the love of his son for love of Hashem. Kedes Yitzchak. Chol Nafshecha. Midaso she Yitzchak Avinu, so b'chol levavcha is Avram. Chol nafshecha is Yitzchak, shenekar agabe mizbeach, upashat tzavaro techas hasakin. All your soul. Avram loved God with all his heart, Yitzchak with all his soul. He's ready to die, ready to give up his life, his nefesh. B'chol modecha is the meat of Yaakov Avinu. Shemoas b'osher aviv, v'barcha lo lios osher v'holim. He wasn't interested in the wealth of his father's house, and he wanted to be a tent dweller, learning Torah, being close to Hashem. And he gave Meiser. With your money, wasn't interested in the money. So from the Rashba also it seems that the mitzvah is Ahavas Halev. And the Rashba brings the meat of the Avos, that each one got to the highest level of Avodas Hashem. Avram represents B'chol Levavcha, Yitzchak B'chol Nafshecha, Yaakov B'chol Modecha. The Rambam and the Chinuch bring from the Sifri a Tosefes in this mitzvah. This is all was all brought in a shir by Rav Yisrael Bunim Schreiber Shlita. So the Rambam and the Chinuch bring from the Sifri Tosefes la mitzvah L'havis Hashem ala brios ka'Avram Avinu Shenamar b'sanefesh asu b'charon. To make Hashem beloved to the people, other people, as Avraham Avinu did. If you love somebody, you want other people to love him too. L'chora. This is only a sign of the love and not the love itself. Since somebody's mefarsem Shmo, somebody publicizes the name of Hashem, it shows that he loves Hashem. It's also mashma from the parish of the Rishonim, how you love Hashem. The Rambam says in Yisodei HaTorah that being misbonein b'maisav u'bruav v'yireh mehem es chochmaso she'ein la'erech v'lokates miyadu oev u'mishabech u'mufar. You look at the creations, you see all the wisdom. You open up a science book and you say, this just is unbelievable. But you got to believe it. So, when you see the wonders of Hashem, you love Him. They say for a mitzvah in the chinuch, they bring the lashon of the Sifri. Vishanamar v'yavtas Hashem Elokecha in yodea keitzad oev v'samakom. Tamalomer v'haya dvarim ha'ela she'anochim tzavcha yom al babecha. Shemitoch kach eta makir es mishamar v'haya olam. Hinei kvar biru lecha ki b'staklis tisames lecha asaga. V'yagia tainig v'tava ave b'echreach. You should love God, but I don't know how to love God. So it says, what I commanded you. When you study what I commanded you, you come to love God. That brings tainug, that brings ava. The Rashba writes that a person is going to be misbonein b'yichud Hashem, either Talmud Torah or Yichud Hashem. But either way, that's the way one reaches love. But where's the love? The love of the Chorah is in the heart. By time we don't see any bitui ma'asi. We just see a sign. You're willing to give up your life, your money. That's a sign of one's love, but it's not the love itself. We find elsewhere Hisyachas Lahavas Hashem. With respect to Kiyum HaMitzvahs, one is Mekayim Mitzvahs, Miyira and Me'ava. A Pashtus, that's a different topic. It's not shaykh to the Etzem Mitzvah Sahava. Let's see what the Chinuch says. Shorish Mitzvah Zeh Yadua, Shlei Kayim Adam Mitzvah Hashem Yisbarach. Hashem Baruch Hu Yafeh, Rak Ba'avasa Oso. So the Chinuch says that you know what the mitzvah of Ahavas Hashem is? The only way to be Mekayim Mitzvahs Hashem is Be'ahava. So, could have said that it's not shaykh to the Etzem Mitzvah Sahava. It's just a bitui. Since you love Hashem, you do His mitzvahs ba'ava. But the Sefer Chinuch says not like that. The Sefer Chinuch says that is the mitzvah of ahava. When you do mitzvahs properly, that itself is the kiyum mitzvah ba'ava. That's the mitzvah of Ahavas Hashem. Doing mitzvahs ba'ava. It's not just a sign that you love God when you do mitzvahs ba'ava. That is the mitzvah of ahava. The Rambam writes that if somebody serves Hashem me'ava, he's doing lishma. Yira shelo lishma. Learns from the Gemara. Ahavas Hashem Elokecha lishma b'kol udavka bo. Shelo me'adam ekra shikurni chacham el lamed me'ava v'sof hakavod lavo. Person shouldn't say, I'm going to learn in order that they call me a chacham. I want to get smicha. I want to have a degree. I want people to honor me. No. Learn mitoch ahava. And the covet's going to come, the Dharm Samach Beis. It's Pash, when a person does Me'ava, he does the Shmo Shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Me'ava, he does for his own personal reasons. So in Divrei Rambam it appears that the union of Lishma means that it's not the mitzvah of Ahava itself. Somebody who reaches the darga of Ahava is Mekayim mitzvahs Lishman. But there's no chiyuv mitzad mitzvahs Ahava, it seems in the Rambam. The Rambam says you serve Hashem Ahava, which means you do it Lishma. Ahavas Hashem Elokecha Lishma Lo Davka Bo. You shouldn't learn in order they call you a chacham or they honor you. You have to learn Me'ahava. In other words, it seems according to the Rambam that this is just an expression of your Ahava. You love God so much, you do mitzvahs Be'ahava. But from the chinuch, it doesn't seem like that. From the chinuch, it seems that that is the mitzvah of Ahava. Rambam, the mitzvah of Ahava is you love him in your heart, and therefore you do mitzvahs Be'ahava. According to the chinuch, it seems the mitzvah of Ahava is doing mitzvahs Be'ahava. That's guf ha-mitzvah. That's etzem ha-mitzvah. We need to understand the chinuch better. Till now we've just seen expressions of Ahava. According to the chinuch, doing mitzvahs Be'ahava is the mitzvah of Ahava. The Rambam is marich, what's avodas Hashem Ahava? And he explains that if a person is Mekayim mitzvah Lishma, he's serving Me'ahava. We have to medaktik b'loshen Rambam l'chor there's a stira mireisha l'seifa. First the Rambam writes Al Yomer Adam Hareini Yosem Mitzvah Satorah V'yosek b'chachmasa kadei sha'kabala brachas ha'ksubas b'torah o kadei she'ezkel l'chai olam haba v'efresh min ha'ver she'sir tom mehem kadei she'natzal min ha'klos ha'ksubas b'torah o kadei she'lo ha'karetz m'chai olam haba ein roi labad es Hashem al derech zu she'oved al derech zeh Hu oved miyira ve'eno malas hanavim v'lo malas ha'chachamim ve'eno oved es Hashem al derech zeh al ha'meretz v'nash v'aktanim shemachachim osam labad miyira al sh'tav v'daitin v'avdu me'ahava. Here the Rambam says a person shouldn't say that he's going to do mitzvahs in order to be makabel the brachas in the Torah or get olam haba, not going to do averas to be saved. It's not the right way to serve God. A person who serves God this way, serving out of fear, not the mile of the Nevi'im, it's not the mile of the Chachamim. And the people who do this are the ignorant ones, the children, sometimes the women, especially in the old days when they weren't educated. So they just know Ayira until they have Ribui Das. And then, when a person's knowledge increases, he serves Hashem Ahava. It's mashma that bikaron, everybody has to serve Hashem Yira. Ubehemshech dvarav, he explains about Hashem Ahava, Oved Me'ava, Osek B'Torah V'Mitzvahs V'Holech B'Nesivas Chachma, Lo B'nei Davar B'Olam B'nei Yira Sarah, Lo Kadei Lira Shatova, Elo Osa Emes B'nei Shu Emes, B'Sof HaTova Lovo B'Chlal, U'Mailat Zui Malei Gedola Me'od V'en Kol Chacham Zochela, V'Mailat Avram Avinu Shkar Kadosh Baruch Hu Oavi, V'Fi Shelo Avad Ala Me'ahava, V'Mailat Shetzivanu HaKadosh Baruch Hu Ayidei Moshe Rabbeinu, Shne'amar V'Yavtas Hashem Elokech B'Chol Avav B'Chol Nafshech B'Chol Modecha, V'Zman She'yoav Es Hashem Ahava Re'uya, Miyad Yaseh Kol HaMitzvahs Me'ahava, Ketzid Ahava Re'uya V'She'yoav Es Hashem Ahava Gedoli Yisera Aza Ad Me'od Ad Shtei Nafsho Kshura B'Ahavas Hashem, V'Nimtza Shogeh B'Tomid Kilu Chol Ahava, K'mo Shetzivanu B'Chol Avav B'Chol Nafshech B'Chol Modecha, B'Chol Shir Ashir Mashu L'Inyan Zeh. So here, the Rambam seems to change his tune a little bit. That the Ahava is an extremely high level. Not everybody can be socha. It's the Mila of Avram Avinu. That a person is just lovesick for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If a person's ever been infatuated with a girl, he knows. You think about her all day, and you think about her all night. You think about her when you're davening, you think about her when you're not davening. Think about her when you're eating lunch, you think about her when you're not eating lunch. So that's the way a person's supposed to feel towards Hashem. That's a very high madrega. So first the Rambam seems to say, everybody is mechuyev in Ahava. And then he says, no, this is just the mile of people like Avram Avinu. Besides this, the Chinuch writes, brought in the Biur Halacha, Bittul Mitzvahs Ahavas Hashem is when a person is koveas machshavto b'nyanam agashmi v'havle olam sholoshim shamayim. A person thinks about getting pleasure from this world for the sake of getting pleasure from this world. He thinks he's going to go on vacation just for the sake of the vacation. He wants to get covered just for the sake of the covered. He wants to eat a meal just for the pleasure of the meal. That's mevatel ahava. So here you see, you don't have to get to that madrega of Ava Gedoli Yasera Azza, this tremendous madrega that the Rambam was speaking about. To be mevatel the mitzvah, you just have to, as long as you weren't kovei atzma, then you're mevatel the mitzvah. But if you weren't kovei atzma, then you're fine. You don't have to reach this tremendous madrega. Also, you have to mizbonim b'divrei Yerushalmi. Osa me'ava v'osa me'yira osa me'ava. Shimbasa lisno gati ata oiv ve'in oiv sone. The same me'yira shimbasa levayit dash in yarei ve'in yarei shata yarei ve'in yarei mevayit. It says in the Yerushalmi brachas perak tes halacha hey. You should do out of ava. You should do out of yira. You should do out of ava. That if you're coming to hate, you should know that you're one who loves, and somebody who loves doesn't hate. Do out of here, if you're coming to kick, to rebel, you should know that you fear, and somebody who fears doesn't rebel. So we have to understand what the Yerushalmi means. Those Svar to say the Yerushalmi is coming to give us the reason for the pasuk. Why did Hashem tell us to do the mitzvah of ahava? In order that if you're coming to hate, you should love. Because the Yerushalmi wasn't talking about the etzem mitzvah of ahava. He was talking about asiyah. Asay me'ahava, asay me'yira. You should do out of ahava, do out of yira. He's not talking about the etzem mitzvah. So what's the Yerushalmi explaining to us? It was time of the cross, so then why did God command it so that you do out of ahava? But that's not it's not what the Yerushalmi says. Yerushalmi says asay, which doesn't seem to be what the pasuk is saying. The pasuk isn't talking about asiyah. It's talking about the etzem ahava. It would appear, says Rav Shriver Shlita, that the mitzvah of Ahavas Hashem has two parts. One is like the chinuch writes that the shorish of mitzvah le'ov is in order to be mekayim the mitzvahs properly. And like the Charedim brings in his Akdama from the Zohar HaKadosh called Pekuda Delavu B'techilu Rechimu Lav Pekudahu. That any mitzvah without love and fear is not a proper mitzvah. You have to mekayim mitzvahs b'avo v'yira. And the Rambam who writes they have to mekayim mitzvahs l'shma is being magdir the mitzvah of ahava. And he explains that the way to be mekayim is oisa emes meishu emes. There are no dargas of dvekas in Ava belev. Rather, the purpose is doing the mitzvah, b'nei Ahavas Hashem. We are commanded, me'ikar adin shel mitzvah Ahavas Hashem l'shma. To be mekayim mitzvahs b'glal tzivui Hashem, and not for any pniot ishiot, or any personal benefits, for pachad. If a person does l'shma, he's mekayim the mitzvah b'shleimus. Ki b'kiyum mitzvah l'shma, evdim es HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Or b'kiyum shelo l'shma, you're serving yourself, like the Chovas Halavava says. Some people, their stomach is their God. U'be'emes l'kiyum mitzvah me'ahava, you can have a lower level of ahava, and that's not mechayiv ahava like Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. B'chol vav, b'chol nafsh, b'chol modecha. And the chiyuv habsisi, this basic chiyuv is incumbent on everybody, and their madrega, nashim, ktanim, amei, it's everybody. Just we have to mechanich ourselves and them until their knowledge increases. And it's clear that even somebody who's not chol ahava, and he has other things that he loves besides God, he can be mekayim the mitzvah of ahava, kavanah mechonah l'shem mitzvah, as long as you have the right kavanah l'shem mitzvah, you're mekayim mitzvah of ahava. Like we see in this Gemara and the Svarim, the difference in ahava, somebody who does mitzvah out of ahava, out of yira, like it says in Sota Lamed Aleph, Maike ben osem me'ahava, osem me'yira. Ika, what's the difference between doing out of love and doing out of fear? And they bring a brisa, gadol osem me'ahava, osem me'ahava, osem me'yira. Shezet talui le'elafdor. This has a schus for 1,000 generations. Yira and ahava is 2,000 generations, and other places as well. Of etzem ha-mitzvah, shel Ahavas Hashem, hi mitzvah klalis. the general mitzvah that combines all the mitzvahs in the Torah. Mekayim all the mitzvahs in the Torah me'ava. Somebody's mekayim a mitzvah shalom me'ava, still hasn't been mevatel this essay. He just hasn't reached the madrega. When he's kovea machshavto l'inyanam agashmim v'hav le'olam shelo l'shem shamayim, when he has the opposite kavan of a mitzvah, then he's mevatel the essay Ahavas Hashem, like the Chinuch writes. In the Yerushalmi that we saw before, essay me'ava, essay me'yira, shim basa lisno, you should know that you're one who loves. Shim basa levayit, you should know that a yari isn't mevayit, doesn't rebel. If you fear, you don't rebel. So the Yerushalmi is coming to explain why Ve'aftas Hashem Elokecha is in a mitzvah independently. It's shaykh to asiyas ha-mitzvahs. And it's explaining aseh me'ava, aseh me'yira, that the purpose of Av and Yira is the fulfillment of the mitzvahs. You have to do the mitzvahs with Ahava and Yira. Second part of mitzvahs Ahava, which isn't shaykh to kiyum ha-mitzvahs, is Ahava b'dveikus ha'at shishogeg b'tamid yom v'laylo. All you can think about is God. Like the Charedim brings in Essen Aleph, that the David HaMelech said in Tehillim, Levavi nafshi. It's a mashal for the Ahava that he loves Hashem. Kenafsho v'levavo. Till the darg of Avram Avinu. Yitzchak Yaakov v'chol levavcha v'chol nafsho v'chol modecha. This chelik we have to understand. How is it possible that people should be on the madrega of Avram Avinu? All your heart. Even simple Jews are commanded in this. A person should be shoga b'tamid. It's a lot to ask for, that a person should be infatuated with love of Hashem. So it appears there's a fundamental difference between mitzvah shebedeus and machshavos and mitzvah shebemaisa. In Maisa, the commandment is mugdar. It's defined. The shear is clear. And if a person eats a half a kazayis matzah on Pesach, didn't do anything, according to some shittas. But mitzvah shebedeos of machshavos, there are many madregas, and every madrega is a mitzvah, even though it's not a kiyum mitzvah b'shleimus. Kedoshim tiyu, Ramban says, the anhagas haruyas la mitzvah, lios prushim en amotaros, not a person's mutter to be with his wife, not every day, 3 times a day, Rahman al-Islam. Person's allowed to eat, but not non-stop. Doesn't have to try every restaurant that they have advertisements in the newspaper for restaurants all over the place. You don't have to go sample every one. Kedoshim tiyu. And then he says, V'yikadesh atzmo, was that shagil aprishus, like it says about Rav, shel sach sicha b'teil miyamav. A person should be sanctify himself until he reaches the point of precious, of separation, like it says about Rav. He never spoke idle talk. And it's pashut, and not only Rav was Makayim mitzvahs kedoshim tiyu, the mitzvah is given to all the Jewish people. Anybody who refrains from doing an aver is Makayim a mitzvah. There are many madregas in a mitzvah till the mile of Rav. Shelo sach sicha b'teila. And it's all included in the mitzvah. There are many, many levels of kedusha. And so too in the mitzvah of Ahava. The mitzvah is to love, and to get as close as possible to b'chol avavcha as we can. The closer we get, the more we mekayim the mitzvah. The lowest level, you can love other things too a little bit. The highest level, you love nothing else but God. The Ramban says, b'chol avavcha is a nefesh hamaskeles, the intellectual soul. Chol nafshcha is a nefesh hamisaveh, the desiring soul. So the mitzvah is to include all your kochos hanefesh in this ahava, and there are many levels. And that explains the Rambam that we learned before, that first he starts with regular level of ahava, and then he gets to this infatuation level. So the lowest level anybody can do. First, you can do mitzvahs be'ahava, and then there's the level of ava b'leiv. Ava B'Leiv on the lowest level is more simple, easier. And then get higher and higher. So even the Nashim K'tanim, Anshitar B'Datan, you can teach them the mitzvah of Ahava B'Leiv. But even for everybody on every level, and for every person, there are many madregas. And the goal is to reach the higher madrega, continually work. You can't expect from day one that a person should be on the level of V'chol Avav, V'chol Nafshu, V'chol Modecha, the level of Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. It's a lot to ask. So, this is a big avoda. Kiyum Mrs. Be'ava, Ava B'Leiv. And there's obviously a lot more to talk about it, B'derech HaLimud. But B'derech HaAvoda, that's the Iker Lo Amedu Shikar Elo HaMaisa. So we should be Zocha B'Siyata Dishmaya to reach high levels of Ahavas Hashem, Achi Yeshoga Batamid. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.